KHTS. Make sure you go again to hometownstation.com. Like us on Facebook for all the latest and greatest in the Santa Clarita. And speaking of the greatest in Santa Clarita, your local real estate community did an awesome thing, and they had their second SCV annual charity cook-off. They had this chili cook-off, and you could enter chili for $50 and then $5 to go and taste all the chili. They did it to raise money for certain charities. The certain charities were Circle of Hope, Help Philippine Kids, Child and Family Center, Habitat for Humanity, and Hardship to Hope. Now, Hardship to Hope is another one. We have DiSimone in studio with us, and make sure she's learning. I like it. Thanks, Marcy. And Hardship to Hope. I have not heard of it. What is Hardship to Hope?
Well, Hardship to Hope is actually the name given to our projects. The full foundation name is the Don and Randy DiSimone Charitable Foundation. But the reason we call our projects Hardship to Hope is because we're new, we're small, and we have a hard time competing with these major, big organizations that have armies of people. So we've decided what we want to do is take people from a position of hardship that they're dealing with in their life and move them up to a place where they at least have hope. And we try and do that in 90 days or less. So we're very fast to move in and very quick to get results done. And that's our whole goal and our mission. Our first project was finding new jackets for children in the school system in L.A. and South L.A., San Fernando Valley, because there are a lot of children that did not have winter jackets, which is a surprise in L.A. We requested information from the schools, and over 116 teachers in 9 schools responded, and we donated over 1,000 new jackets in 90 days, actually a little bit less, from September when they opened until December when they went on vacation. So we try and do short-term type of events like that. And we're open to ideas, and we're certainly grateful to be accepted into this group in Santa Clarita Valley. They do outstanding work, and we're just really excited about being chosen by this organization.
And you can go to hardship2hope.com, hardship2hope.com, and that's interesting. I didn't realize, you don't, that's not something you really think about. Kids in the LA area not having jackets.
No, and in fact, it's very difficult because if we approach the LA City school system, we might spend a couple of years applying paperwork. Instead, we wanted to be fast, so we sent surveys to 9 schools, and we had responses from the principal and teachers. And, of course, we eventually received a call from the school district saying, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
We assured them that these were brand-new jackets, no lead in the zippers, no tie strings that they would choke on or that they would trip on. They met the requirement for fireproofing and so forth. And they said, "But what are you doing with them? Are you going on the school grounds, taking photos?" "No, we're delivering to the principal only. They're in charge."
Wow.
And they said, "We'll call you if we have questions." And they fortunately didn't have any.
They didn't have any questions.
So we could fulfill that requirement.
It's amazing sometimes how hard people make it to help.
Yes.
And bureaucracy.
The response we got from the teachers when they write letters and say, this was not only this child's only jacket, it was his very first jacket.
Wow.
He's still wearing shorts from last year.
Wow.
Oh.
So this is very impactful for us. So.
No kidding. How did you guys hear about Hardship to Hope? How did you guys get involved? And how did you want them to get involved? What stood out?
Well, I've known Randy and Don for a few years now, and just the passion that they had with starting this, and like they said, they always have been helping charities, but to be able to do their own little thing, to be able to help somebody a small niche and not be that big person, because it is hard. There's so many charities out there that are big, and they already have the built-up support and people behind them. So I think just the fact that they're small, and again, the passion was there to help local.
And also filling in the gap. A lot of people don't think about it. It's one thing to pay the electric bill, pay the rent or mortgage, etc., but sometimes there's not enough to fill those gaps, such as jackets for kids, or if a family is going to be hungry or without electricity. So the smaller charities you can get to and have more contact with, that they can come in and fill in those gaps without having to go through the bureaucracy that we see on bigger government funding charities.
Well, and I think also they're stepping in so quickly also will take away from that long-term hardship, because they're kind of stepping in before it gets to that point for some people, I think. And that's important. It's sort of like a preventative preventative help.
Yeah, absolutely. When you think about it, a child going to school without a jacket, they end up sick. If they don't have money for a jacket, they don't have money for medication. And then the child gets sick and they get sicker, and then the other children get sick, and it becomes this domino effect. So if we look at the grand scheme of it, it's literally stopping or preventing something happening that becomes the domino effect that creates more hardships on these families.
I will say that for the summer coming up, and we hope to partner with all of you again, because we hope to do a youth entrepreneurial workshop, because I think we need entrepreneurism from the youth, high school, college students, even some of the younger children that are creating apps. And so we want to encourage our young people to move out of the frustration of some of the job markets that we're dealing with now, and this helps the community. It brings new jobs to the community. We hope to have mentors, so if there's anyone out there that wants to mentor a group, it's an entrepreneurial youth group, we want to get that together, and we hope to work with you on that as well.
Love it.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Thank you guys so much for the hardshiptohope.com. The powerhouse fire continues to blaze, and 30 homes have been destroyed.
Hello, I'm George Cummings with your SCV News Break.